According to legend, in ancient times, the Heavenly Queen hosted a grand peach banquet in her palace, inviting a multitude of immortals and celestial beings. Amidst the festivities, with divine children playing music and celestial maidens serving peaches to an endless stream of guests, a mishap occurred. A servant accidentally dropped a cup filled with celestial tea from the heavenly palace down to the mortal realm. He was terrified and trembled in fear. After the celestial banquet concluded, the servant hurriedly descended to the mortal world in search of the lost cup. However, time passed differently in heaven and on earth. One day passed in heaven, decades had elapsed on earth, when he finally arrived at the West Lake in Hangzhou. There, he stumbled upon a quaint thatched cottage nestled amidst a bamboo grove on the mountainside. In front of the cottage stood 18 withered tea trees, and by the door sat an elderly woman in her 80s. The servant approached respectfully and inquired, "Madam, may I ask where we are?" The elderly woman replied, "We are in the descending light village. It is said that one day, tens of thousands golden beams of light descended from the sky upon this village, and ever since, this place has been known as the descending light village." The servant was astonished to hear this. Could those beams of light be the brilliance caused by the teacup falling to the mortal world? He quickly looked around, and suddenly his eyes alighted upon something. There, next to the old lady's thatched cottage, he spotted a stone mortar overflowing with garbage, yet strangely adorned with lush green grass. The servant's astonishment turned into excitement as he realized that this must be the teacup he had been seeking. It became apparent that over the passing decades, the teacup had transformed into the old stone mortar before him. As he walked nearer, he saw that there was still some remnants of celestial tea from the heavenly palace remaining in mortar. And a giant spider was hanging from the eaves, delicately sipping the celestial brew using a shiny silk thread. In a rush of excitement, he asked the old lady, "Madam, would you consider exchanging this stone mortar for a golden silk ribbon?" The old lady, nonchalant, responded, "You desire this stone mortar? It holds no value for me. You may take it." Delighted by her response, the servant exclaimed, "I'll quickly find a sturdy rope to tie it up before I can carry it away." Shortly after the servant left, the old lady looked at the stone mortar with a furrowed brow. How could anyone possibly move such a filthy stone mortar? Decided to clean it up, she swept all the garbage and grass into a dustpan and buried them under the roots of the 18 tea trees in front of her cottage. Unexpectedly, this abrupt action startled the giant spider. Having fed on the celestial tea for so many years, it had transformed into a spider spirit. Mistaking the disturbance for an attempt to steal the celestial tea, the spider spirit employed its magic, smashing open the ground surface with formidable power and burying the stone mortar into the depths of the earth. Upon the servant's return with the rope in hand, he found the stone mortar vanished without a trace. He turned to the old lady for answers, she didn't know either. Disappointedly, he was left with no choice but to return to the heaven, bracing himself for whatever punishment awaited him. Not long after the servant left, the 18 withered tea trees, nourished by the garbage containing remnants of celestial tea, unexpectedly sprouted with numerous emerald green shoots. The tea leaves picked were tender, delicate and fragrant. Seeing how well the tea trees grew, the old lady's neighbors began planting new tea trees on the nearby mountains, using seeds harvested from the 18 tea trees. Year after year, this endeavor flourished, and tea trees spread across the mountains in this area. On the other hand, after the stone mortar was buried underground, the remaining celestial tea within it attracted a dragon from the river. As the dragon was associated with water, it brought water along with it. From then on, the stone mortar turned into a well. The water from the well was clear and sweet, never drying up even during droughts. Consequently, people call this well the Dragon Well. The descending light village was renamed to be Dragon Well Village, and the tea produced in this area came to be known as Dragon Well tea. Due to its vibrant green color, rich aroma, refreshing taste, and distinctive shape reminiscent of a sparrow's tongue, Dragon Well tea gained fame during the Ming dynasty. In the Qing dynasty, the old lady's thatched cottage was rebuilt into a temple. Emperor Qianlong traveled incognito to Hangzhou and came to this place. The old monk from the temple presented dragon well tea. Upon tasting it, Emperor Qianlong was greatly pleased, decreeing that the 18 tea trees in front of the temple be designated as imperial tea trees. From then on, the reputation of dragon well tea continued to grow, and had become one of the famous green teas in China.